Part 1, A Peaceful Getaway. Emily and Josh were a young couple who loved the outdoors. They decided to spend a weekend in a remote cabin deep in the woods, away from the hustle and bustle of city life. The cabin, owned by Josh's family, had been unused for years. With a sense of adventure, they packed their bags, grabbed their cameras, and headed out for a peaceful getaway. The first day was perfect. They hiked through the forest, cooked meals over an open fire, and enjoyed the serenity of nature. Emily recorded everything, planning to make a video montage of their trip. As the sun set, they retired to the cabin, a cozy, rustic structure with a fireplace and minimal amenities. That night, as they sat by the fire, they heard a strange noise outside. It was a soft, rhythmic tapping. "Probably just a branch hitting the window," Josh suggested, but Emily felt uneasy. She picked up her camera and began recording. Part 2, The Unknown Intruder. The tapping continued, growing louder and more insistent. Josh grabbed a flashlight and cautiously opened the door. The camera captured their view of the dark, moonlit forest. There was nothing unusual, no branches near the window. "Must be the wind," Josh said, but Emily's camera recorded something different. When they played back the footage, they heard a faint, almost human whisper beneath the tapping. "Help me," it pleaded. The next day, they found scratches on the cabin door, deep and jagged, as if made by clawed hands. Emily's unease grew, but Josh tried to remain rational. "Maybe it's a wild animal," he suggested, though he looked unconvinced. That night, the tapping returned, this time accompanied by a low, mournful wail. Emily recorded everything, her fear palpable in the footage. "We should leave," she insisted, but Josh wanted to stay one more night, determined to find a logical explanation. Part 3, The Spirit's Plea. In the early hours of the morning, Emily was awakened by the sound of footsteps inside the cabin. She grabbed her camera and woke Josh. The footage showed them creeping through the darkened cabin, the floorboards creaking beneath their feet. As they reached the living room, the fireplace roared to life on its own, casting eerie shadows on the walls. The camera caught a fleeting glimpse of a figure, translucent and sorrowful, standing by the fire. "Help me," it whispered again, before vanishing. Panic-stricken, they decided to leave immediately. As they packed their belongings, the cabin seemed to come alive with supernatural activity. Objects flew off shelves, doors slammed shut, and the temperature plummeted. They ran to their car, Emily still filming. The camera captured the cabin's windows, where shadowy figures watched them with hollow eyes. As they sped down the dirt road, Emily kept the camera trained on the rearview mirror. The figures seemed to follow them, fading only when they reached the main road. Part 4, The Final Revelation. When they reviewed the footage, they noticed something chilling. The scratches on the door formed words, "Don't leave me." Back in the safety of their home, they researched the cabin's history and discovered a tragic story. Decades ago, a family had lived there. The daughter had disappeared one night, never to be found. It was said her spirit lingered, trapped in the cabin, seeking help from anyone who stayed there. Emily and Josh never returned to the cabin, but the footage of their haunted weekend remained, a terrifying reminder of the ghostly presence that still lingered in the woods. These two stories, captured on real footage, serve as haunting evidence that some places are better left undisturbed, their secrets forever hidden in the shadows.